Assalamualaikum and very good morning to my supervisor, Puan Nora Ain. Firstly, I want to thank you for willing to attend on my presentation on my special project geophysical survey for groundwater at Batu Melintang, JK Kelantan. Let us go through our first slide. We start our presentation with introduction. So basically, in our Earth, water is the most essential to human. However, the only water that can be consumed by human being is fresh water, which exists on 3% of the world. And this fresh water then will be divided into further three, which is frozen, 70% at least. And this kind of water still cannot be consumed by human being. And we have surface water, only 1%. This is including ponds, lake and river, and lastly is groundwater, which is 29%. So the one that we want to highlight today is groundwater, because groundwater is a very exists in this our world more than surface water, which is used by a lot of agency. So basically, groundwater, we will go to the study area and we will find the source of the groundwater as using resistivity survey and pole dipole array. Basically, resistivity survey is the kind of technique that used to measure the resistivity distribution of such surface material. Hence, we can find the aquifer beneath of the earth. So move on to the objective. Here I provided two objectives, which is the first one is to obtain data acquisition using pole dipole array for total two lines. And secondly is make interpretation for each resistive profile to know the subsurface for groundwater. Move on to the next slide, which we go to the study area. So this map is the picture of the Kelantan state, and the one that I highlighted is where the study will be take place. And if you see on the slide, there is two lines, and this two line is indicated our study area. And the red line we will name as BM1, and the yellow one will be named as BM2. So this place named as Batu Melintang Jeli Kelantan. BM is represented as Batu Melintang. So we go to the problem statement. The first problem statement is the current production of water treatment plant in Jeli is still not enough to accommodate the total user account in the area. The second problem statement is this water treatment plant in Jeli need to cover a large area along the district, including the University Malaysia Kelantan (UMK) and also MARA. And our third problem statement is this water treatment plants in Jeli need another alternative way, because right now water treatment in Jeli still using river as their raw intake. So maybe by adding a groundwater intake, this will increase the total production of the water treatment plant in Jeli. Now we move on to the methodology. So the first one is resistivity survey. This resistivity survey is the common method used for the hydrogeological study and also other fields like engineering and environment, which is stated by Maheswari et al. 2013. Basically, resistivity survey is kind of technique to measure the subsurface by injecting small current into the ground using the electrodes. And the equipment that used in here is Abel thermometer LS system. So pole dipole technique. This technique is used to determine the position of the electrodes, which is current and potential electrode, which will involve the distance between the electrode and how the arrangement of the electrodes. And the arrangement that we use in this methodology is linear. Why we use this kind of technique? Because this geometry is utilized because it reduces the distortion of equipotential surface. And lastly, induced polarization. It is to use to determine the charging of the earth in the unit millisecond. This technique is based on measuring the ability of the earth material where a direct current is sent into the subsurface. Now we move on to the result and discussion. The first result is the line survey BM1. So this picture shows the profile length of resistivity. So as you can see, in the AKSB area, there is less water potential. So because of that, we have choose the area near the AKSB, which is shown here, the first one, and the second one. And if you see the right here, this is the inverse model resistivity section, which is show the characteristic of the subsurface in beneath of the earth. So because this area, if you see, the resistive value less than 100 ohm will be interpreted as water potential zone. So because of that, we will find the value where is highlighted as a dark blue, which has below the 100 ohm. So that's why we prefer to choose this side of area and this one, which is at 140 meter and 170 meter then from the starting line, because it has a potential water zone. However, we have to drilling hard soil too, because as you can see here, upper than 800, which is the one that color orange, is indicated as a hard rock. So in order we want to get the water potential here, we have to drill it the hard rock too. And the bedrock is the dark color here and here. So because of that, instead of taking AKSB area, we will choose the area which is located near the AKSB area, which is suggested at 140 meter and 170 meter length of survey line, because it has a potential area for underground water. So for the next result, line survey BM2, as you can see here, compared to the other result before, we can see that in this area it has less water potential because of the area here. It located at the source of the Kelantan district. So in source of the Kelantan district, it contains more bedrock and hard layer compared to the North Kelantan, which has a lot of alluvium aquifer, which can give high potential water zone. So as we can see here, the same thing with the other one before. We can see that the most suitable drilling point that we can suggest is at here, because this has the most water potential, as I mentioned before. The location of this one is 40 meter from the starting line, and the depth from the surface is 10 meter. So for this area, we suggested the drilling point suggested at 40 meter length of the survey line, and based on these two results, the BM1 is more preferred compared to the BM2 because it contains more water potential compared to the BM2. So in conclusion, based on the tomography profile that I have shown before, we can assume that the potential groundwater source for the study area at the BM1 and BM2. For BM1 is 140 meter and 170 m length from the starting line, and 40 meter length for BM2 from the starting line. So because of that, the drilling point suggested at BM1 is either at 140 m or 170 m, while the drilling point suggested at BM2 is at 40 m length from the starting line. So in conclude, BM1 is likely to be more potential and favorable for groundwater drilling compared to the BM2 because of many other factors. So this is my reference. Thank you. So now, any question from my supervisor?
Okay, go to the previous slide regarding geology. Geology. Can you explain the general geology in Negeri Kelantan, roughly?
Well, basically in the will speak Malay because to get a clear picture. Dalam Kelantan ni secara umumnya terdapat 4 jenis geologi alam. Yang pertama adalah sedimen tak berkonsolidat, batuan vulkanik, batuan granit dan juga batuan sedimen. Itulah batuan-batuan ini. Kalau macam sedimen tu, dia selalunya terdapat di pesisiran pantai selalunya. Kalau macam batuan granit ni selalunya boleh dijumpai di Kelantan ni, selalunya di Gua Musang. Terima kasih jawapan untuk soalan pertama ya.
Okay, next regarding aquifer, there are 4 important aquifer based on hydrology study. So can you explain the 4 type of aquifer and then elaborate more detail the aquifer in Negeri Kelantan, such as alluvial?
Okay. I will explain in bahasa once more time. Secara keseluruhannya, aquifer terdapat 4 jenis aquifer.
Okay.
Satunya adalah aquifer alluvium,
Okay.
aquifer sedimen atau metasedimen, aquifer batuan igneous dan juga aquifer batuan karbonat.
Okay.
Selalunya di Kelantan, terutamanya di pesisiran pantai di bahagian Kota Baru, kawasan utara, aquifer jenis alluvium terdapat banyak di kawasan ini. Manakala macam aquifer batuan karbonat ini kita boleh dapati di Gua Musang ada banyak.
Di selatan Kelantan.
Di selatan Kelantan. Itu adalah general dia.
Okay, for your information, in Negeri Kelantan we extract over 50% regarding groundwater. Okay. Okay, so next slide, survey. Okay. This slide. So can you explain step by step regarding how to do resistivity surveying, starting from the problem until the output?
Okay, thank you for the question. So basically, the first problem that we get is we find out that in Jeli, the current production of water is still not enough to cover all the areas. So because of that, HSB, Air Kelantan Sdn Bhd, has appointed a resistor survey group contractor to investigate in the area another source of water and from the groundwater, so we can increase the raw intake for the water treatment plants. So basically, the first thing that we do is we will survey the location of the study area.
Okay.
We will see many factors to locate the study area. This is including the location is near with the water treatment plant. So the water treatment of the location also need. We also see the geophysical of the area. So after that, now we move on to the resistivity survey method. Basically, we use the electrode, 4 electrode. The line that we suggested maybe can be around. So when we because of that, the small current will be injected on the beneath of the earth. Then we will get the raw data from using the equipment. So then after we got the raw data, we will go to the lab and we will analysis the data that we have obtained. So that's for the resist method.